My guilt, state of corruption. Extortion. You've seen it up on my signs. Maybe some of you don't understand what it is. For instance, Bill Shaheen, you've seen on my signs for extortion for a few years now. Let me go over what an extortion is. Now listen, this guy isn't just an extortionist. This is the grand master. Right. He extorts the extortionists. Right. They're the ones that trickle up, you know, like the mob. To trickle up, well, there you go. So let me tell you my experiences. Most of these corrupt bastards you've seen on the wall of corruption worked for me from one way or the other, and Bill's no exception. Right, Bill handled banking issues, and I wanted to put a building up in Somersworth, which I did. And I used Shaheen's law firm, and R.B. Saunders was the contact. Now, Bill had a meeting with me, and in this meeting, Bill told me in his office, he says, listen, Mike, he goes, can I tell you a story? And I like stories. I said, yeah. He goes, you know Hildreth, the banking commissioner? Yeah. Know him well. He's a crook, you know. He goes, do you know he came in my office, got on his knees, cried, and begged for the job at the banking, as the banking commissioner? Now, my first thought was, Bill's quite the asshole. My second thought was, and the thought that he was trying to tell me was, is that he had that kind of power. Remember, I'm in the mortgage industry. He's telling me he owns the banking commissioner. And he did. He owned him enough to have him put a Ponzi scheme together with his brothers, work with FRM. That was Bill Shaheen's deal. See? That was the message. Well, let me tell you the second meeting with Mr. Shaheen. What he said to me was, he says, listen, he goes, I came to his office, he goes, would you like to see some paintings? And I said, yeah, okay. Not that I'm a painting aficionado, but let's take a look at this. He shows me a horse's head. Yeah, like they just cut it off. And he goes, 50,000. I wouldn't have given you 50 bucks. And I'll bet you he didn't pay 50 bucks for it either. 50,000. Ladies and gentlemen, that's extortion. He wanted my 50,000 for any help. So you know what they do? He leverages me with R.P. Saunders. Now you're going to remember R.P. He's an interesting story. Now, they leveraged me in Haverhill. The same people were saying about my campaign signs. What do you think that Bill Shaheen didn't call Haverhill? I know you did. Right? But I sent the guy in Haverhill a hold notice. We're going to make sure and let everybody know you did. All right? So they were trying to extort me again. 100,000 he got. Right, even put on the check. You're going to see it on the thing. It's extortion. I put it on the check. They cashed it anyway. That's what they do. Who's going to do? Call a cop? Right. And Bill Shaheen? So this is, are you getting an idea? So they hit me for 100,000. A little 50 extra for not standing in line. Well, I'm not going to stand in line now, did I? I made this on the sign. So let's turn around with R.P. Saunders one more time. Now, Bill, in a conversation with me on the phone, thereafter, I said, Bill, R.P. showed up at a hearing in Salem and moved my divorce to Rochester because he had a conflict with the judge. Now, I hadn't talked to R.P. at all because I was mad at the extortion. I don't like to be extorted. So I said, what was he showing up? None of you are working for me anymore. He said that he was bullied by Tober and that R.P. had Alzheimer's. Well, wait a minute now. R.P. was representing Shaheen and Gordon. Bill Shaheen already knew then R.P. had Alzheimer's while he was representing me. Wow, which explains a few things. R.P. in the middle of a case, on a business case, stood up, gave a little speech and sat down and go, how did I do, Mike? And I had to give my honest opinion. Not that good, R.P. Now, Alex Walker's sitting right next to him. Walker, R.P. and myself. Right in the middle of the courtroom, Arpy jumps off, starts screaming, "I'm sorry." Not once. We couldn't get him to shut up that he was sorry. See? I'm not making fun of people with Alzheimer's. He was probably a crooked son of a bitch before that. But the point being is that he had it then. You know this thing with the divorce? He only showed up one more time. The next time. Right? And he was sitting in front of Mary 10, Jim 10, and Alex Walker. All winners of the Kirby Award. Some bullshit attorney award they give each other. Alright? Now they started hearing Arpy scream, "I'm friends with Tober." You know, it wasn't like I liked to hear it the first time. Right? Tober's the wife's attorney that bullied up, really? He said it about 10 more times and started screaming that. So obviously, Arpy wasn't right. And Shaheen knew it. Right? Arpy's the same attorney that got Lisa Tracy, my controller. Right? They put her husband's face in the Lawrence Eagle Tribune, didn't you, Bill Shaheen? See? That's how they put you out there. Then Arpy comes in to leverage you. Hey, listen, Lisa, if you don't destroy evidence for Mike Gill, you don't turn around and give him our attorneys, we're going to put your husband in jail, which he belongs. We're going to take your 3 daughters away. You see? That's who Bill Shaheen is. The Grand Master of extortion. But let's not forget, he's an arm length away from Hillary Clinton. Are you kidding me? That's the level of evil. And that's her judgment? When I am telling you, I'm challenging to investigate. It's there to see. All of it. Everything that I'm saying. And let's not forget, you want the coup de grace? He's only representing the drug dealers I'm fighting in Brentwood right now. He's defending them because if we topple them, we also get Shaheen and Gordon. They've been business partners for years. That's what they use, Aganos, HUD money, the whole thing. Shaheen is the lobbyist for the opiate industry. Right. You think he's doing, something with the hospitals? Of course he is. See? This is who he is. And that's how close he is to possibly the next president of the United States. You understand how important this is? Mike Gill, State of Corruption.